friends. Welcome back to Circle Time in Miss April's classroom. It's time for our daily message. Our daily message tells us what we're learning about today. Let's read today's message. Ready? Communities have people who build and fix things. Okay, this time I want you to read with me. I'll read and you can repeat. Ready? Communities have people who build and fix things. Perfect! You just read today's message. Before we talk about our message, we are going to be letter detectives. We are going to look for our letter of the week. Do you remember what letter we've been learning about this week? We've been learning about the letter E. Can you say E? Perfect. The letter E makes the eh sound. Say that with me. The letter E makes the eh sound. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to put our uppercase E and our lowercase e on the board so we remember what they look like. Okay, now put your detective goggles on. Perfect. Can you find the letter E in our message? There are 4 of them today. Can you find the 4 E's or at least 1 E? Did you find an E in our message? Perfect. Okay, we're going to look at the message together and see if we can find all 4 E's. I'll use my pointer, and when you see me pointing to an E, you can say stop. Ready? Let's start at the top on the left, just like we read. We're looking for the letter E. Remember, say stop when I'm pointing to one. I'm looking for the letter E. Did you say stop? If you did, great work. This is an E. Is this an uppercase E or a lowercase E? It's a lowercase E. Good work. Okay, let's see if we can find the other 3 E's. We stopped right here. Remember, say stop when I'm pointing to an E. Did you say stop? Great job if you did. This is another E. It's another lowercase E. Okay, we found 2 E's. That means we need to find 2 more. Ready? Let's keep looking. Remember, say stop when I'm pointing to an E. Did you say stop? Good job. This is another E. It's another lowercase E. Okay, we found 3 E's. That means we only need to find 1 more. Ready? Let's keep looking. Remember, say stop when I'm pointing to one. Look, here is another E. Great work. Let's underline this E. Hey, we found the 4 E's. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are all lowercase E's. Awesome work, friends. Okay, before we read our message again, we need to do one more thing. This time, we're going to be word detectives. We are going to be looking for a sight word in our message that we've already learned. This was the first sight word we ever learned. It's the word and. Can you say that with me? And. Perfect. In the word and, I see the letters A, the letter N, and the letter D. A-N-D spells and. Okay, now we're going to look for it in our message. Are you ready? Perfect. Can you find the word and in our message? Remember, you'll see the letter A, N, A-N-D spells and. Did you find the word and in our message? Excellent. Okay, I'm going to point and let's see if we can find the word and together. Tell me stop when I'm pointing to the word and. Ready? Here's our first word. Remember, say stop when I'm pointing to and. We'll go back to the left. Do you see the word and? Oh, we're at the end of the line. Let's go down one line and back to the left. Did you say stop? If you did, great work. This is the word and. A-N-D. A-N-D spells and. Great practice, friends. Okay, now it's time to read our message one more time, and then we'll talk about it. Communities have people who build and fix things. Today, we are going to talk about people in a community that build things and fix things. They are community helpers. They are special community helpers because when we need help building something or fixing something, they are there for us. Today, we're going to look at pictures and talk about different community helpers that build and fix things. Our first community helper is a painter. A painter is a community helper. They help paint buildings, the outside of the building or the inside of the building. So when you look around your community and you see buildings that are painted, or when you're inside your house or another building in your community, you can look at the walls. Painters are the people who paint the walls so our community can look beautiful. Another community helper that builds and fixes things in our community is a mechanic. A mechanic is a person who fixes machinery. Sometimes our cars break down for different reasons, and we can bring them to a mechanic. A mechanic can help fix our cars. They are awesome community helpers. In our community, we'll also see carpenters. Carpenters are people who build things. So your house was built by a carpenter. The school you go to or the store you go to was built by a carpenter. Carpenters build the buildings that are all over the community. They are extremely helpful. They give us shelter and places to go to have fun, get food, and do whatever we need. Another community helper that builds and fixes things is a plumber. A plumber may help in your home. If something goes wrong with your water line, they are there to fix the plumbing. The plumbing is the machinery that we use to get water to different buildings. One more community helper that we might see that builds and fixes things is a construction worker. In our communities, when we need bridges built or we have roads that need to be fixed, construction workers are there to help. You've probably seen a construction worker in your community. In my community, there's always road work being done, so I see construction workers almost every day. Today, we are going to pretend to be a building community helper. We're going to be carpenters, and we're going to build a neighborhood. But we're not actually going to build something. We're going to make it with different art materials. But we can pretend. We can use our imagination to be builders. We are going to build a neighborhood. Are you ready to get started? Excellent. Today, we are going to be community helpers. We are going to be carpenters, or builders, and we're going to make a neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood is very special because to make our neighborhood, we're going to use shapes, patterns, and our names. So the first thing we'll need to do is talk about the materials. You're going to need construction paper, scissors, glue. I have liquid glue and a stick glue. You could use either one or both. I have markers, different shapes that I cut out of my construction paper, and cotton balls. First, we'll need a background. I'm going to use light blue because it reminds me of the sky. Okay, so I have my light blue paper. You could use any color you'd like. I'm choosing light blue because we're making a neighborhood and an outside scene. And when I look outside in the sky, I see blue. The next thing we're going to do is add some grass. Now, grass is green, so I cut out a big, long rectangle to fit at the bottom of my paper. The green represents the grass. So what I'll do is I'll put some glue on one side. Now I cut out all my shapes ahead of time so I could do the activity a little faster. You can ask your parents to help you cut out a long green rectangle out of some green construction paper. They can help you with the scissors. And then we'll glue it down at the bottom. Put it a little lower on this side. There we go. We have our green grass. Now, the next thing we're going to do is make our houses. We are going to be carpenters. Carpenters build many things, and one thing that they build is houses. So we're going to put different houses in our neighborhood. I am going to make a pattern with my houses. I'm going to make a color pattern. So I cut out some blue squares and some yellow squares. You can use any colors you would like. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares because there are 5 letters in my name. My name is April. A-P-R-I-L. April has 5 letters. So I'm going to make a pattern with my houses. I'm going to put blue, then yellow. Remember, a pattern repeats. Then blue again, then yellow, and blue. I don't have any more squares, so that's it. The next thing I'm going to do is write the letters in my name. 1 letter for each square. So I'm going to choose a marker. I think I'll use black, because black shows really well. And I'm going to write the letter, each letter of my name on a square. So the first letter in my name is A. I'm writing an uppercase A because when we write our name, we always start with an uppercase letter. The next letter in my name is a P, then an R, next I have an I, and then an L. You're going to need your parents to help you cut out your squares and write the letters in your name. If you have 6 or 7 letters in your name, you're going to need that many squares. However many letters you have, that's how many squares you'll need. And if you need to make your picture longer, you can always glue another piece of paper on the side and make it really long. Okay, now I'm going to glue down the houses onto the grass in my neighborhood scene. So I'll start with the first one, put some glue on the back, and then glue it on the grass. And I'll do that with each house. Okay, now I have my houses glued down. I have 5 houses because there are 5 letters in my name. The next thing I need to do is build my roof. Remember, carpenters build things and we're building a neighborhood. My roof is a triangle shape. So far we've used 3 different shapes. We've used a rectangle, we've used squares, And now we are using triangles to make our roof. I chose brown construction paper. I drew a triangle and I cut it out with scissors. You can ask your parents to help you with this part. You can make your roof any color you'd like. I chose brown and I'm going to use that color for all of them. So I'll put some glue on my triangle and then add it to the first house. There we go. And I'll do this with each house. And there we go. I'm finished building my neighborhood. Next, I'm going to decorate my neighborhood, mostly the sky. If you want, you can add flowers. You can make little gardens around each house. You could draw doors on the different houses. You can decorate this however you'd like. I want to add clouds in the sky and a sun. I cut out a yellow circle. The yellow circle represents my sun. So I'm going to put glue on the back of my circle and glue it up here in the sky. There we go. And I also have cotton balls. I'm going to use the cotton balls to make clouds in the sky. I'm going to pull my cotton balls apart a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to use my liquid glue. If I use my stick glue, it won't stay very well. So I'm going to shape my clouds however I want them. There. And then I'll put a little liquid glue on my paper. Yeah. There we go. And I'll glue my cloud down. Perfect. Okay, I think I'm going to add a few more clouds. Put a little glue, not too much, and then stick my cotton ball on there. I'm pulling my cotton balls apart so my clouds look a little fuller, but you don't have to do that. You can glue it, put them however you want. Or if you want to use white construction paper and cut out cloud shapes, you can do that too. This is your neighborhood, so you build it however you'd like. I think I'll add one more cloud right here. There we go. Today we were carpenters. Carpenters are a community helper, and we made a neighborhood. Our neighborhood used different shapes. We used a rectangle for the grass, squares for the houses. We wrote our name on each house, and I used triangles to build my roof. I also have a circle for my sun, and I use cotton balls for the clouds. Did you enjoy making our neighborhood? I did, and I was able to learn and practice a lot of things while we were building our neighborhood. Here is my neighborhood. I have my sky. We used different shapes to build the neighborhood. We used a long green rectangle for the grass, a big blue rectangle for the sky. I built 5 houses. Each house is a square, and the roof of the house is a triangle. We also used a circle to make a sun in the sky. Besides shapes, we also practiced patterns. I made a color pattern with the houses in my neighborhood. I used blue, then yellow, blue, and yellow, blue. And if I had another letter in my name, what would the next color house be? It would be another yellow house. Remember, patterns repeat themselves. We can use colors to make patterns, shapes, objects. Patterns can be made in many different ways. We also practiced writing our name in this activity. We put a letter on each house to represent the letters in our name. My name is April. I have the letters A, P, R, I, L. I have 5 letters in my name. And to make my neighborhood even more special, I use cotton balls to make clouds in the sky. How many cotton balls do I have? 1, 2, 3. 3 clouds in the sky. You can decorate your neighborhood however you want. It's yours, so make it special. Today, we learned about different community helpers that help build and fix things in our community and neighborhoods. We talked about mechanics. Oh, that's one of our words today. A mechanic is someone who fixes machines. If our car breaks, we can bring our car to a mechanic. They'll fix it so we can continue driving wherever we need to go. We also talked about plumbers. Plumbers help fix any problems we have with water. Sometimes our toilet breaks and we have to call a plumber to fix it. We talked about construction workers. Construction workers are seen all over the community. They help to make our bridges and fix our roads. We talked about carpenters. Today, we were carpenters. Carpenters build buildings like the home you live in. We built a neighborhood today. Let's add the word carpenter to our word wall. We also talked about painters. Painters paint the buildings that carpenters build. They make our community beautiful. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and today's activity. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about another group of community helpers. So make sure you join me for circle time tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye. Hi everyone. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And if you would like to see more videos just like this one from Miss April's classroom, make sure you click subscribe.